Well, now they see my hand. If they have a red card, they should play it. Silver's cool. They can see that I don't have... Yeah, they've conceded. They knew. Like, that is how scary this deck is. Like, what? That is so... It's just like... They looked at the cards and were like, oh, hell nah. Concede. Oh, man. That is hilarious. This deck is so broken. What is up, guys? How are you? How did your pools go? This morning, the new set dropped. It was exciting. And I got all the cards I wanted to make the deck that I wanted. And I've been experimenting with that deck. And I think I've come up with the most optimized way. Whoops, I can copy decks now. That's pretty cool. But this is, I think, is the most optimized way to play this deck. And yes, we are running Darkrai. There is a risk of you starting Darkrai, although it is very infrequent. We're playing the new Eevee that draws out other Pokemon because we are playing 2 Sylveons, and the chances of you finding that Sylveon is just so incredibly high. We don't run Golbat because we run 2 candies, and we're playing the draw engine, and we're running one key item in this deck, and that's the X speed. The X speed comes in clutch so much because everything is a 1 retreat cost, 1 energy attacker. Like, you might have your Eevee in front, and turn 2 you've got all the parts to make your Crobat online, and you can switch in with your X speed and you can just knock out whatever's in front of it because it just does 80 damage. It pretty much KOs even a type null. Which is crazy, which I think is going to be one of the biggest decks is the Oricorio, Pichu, and Sylveon. I think it's going to be optimized to Hollow and back, and we're going to have a very scary deck on our hands that's going to knock out pretty much 95% of the card meta. But this deck right now, I've beaten that deck already. I have beaten that deck with an Oricorio, 2 Oricorios, because I was able to ping it with Darkrai and poison it with my Crobat while just tanking with that massive HP pool. And I got another Crobat online and I was just able to swap around. Really strong. Dark Pennant also really helpful. And Silver, also such a cool card that just comes in super clutch. I don't have my anime trainer card yet, but it is just such a cool card. So with that being said, let's jump into some games. Like, this isn't ranked yet. I am taking this deck to ranked. I'm going to take this deck to the tournaments. So they're starting tomorrow, so look forward to that. I'll make videos on that, but let's jump into some casual games. And if you're looking for a strong deck, all of these cards, every single card, you can find in the list. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be experimenting. Ranked has not been announced yet, so we are just kind of figuring things out. So we're going second here. I'm putting in the Eevee because we are, as I said, we are able to draw out other Pokemon, and we are able to find our Sylveons. And because we have research, we're going to be able to draw 5 cards next turn, and we're running X speed. So the chances of us getting into a Sylveon, into Crobat are relatively high. But even to draw into that and an X speed, we're going to be able to knock out whatever's in the active the next turn. So this is why we place the Eevee in front and Zubat in the back, because we're running X speed. If we didn't run X speed, it would be a different story. I would put the Zubat in front so that we'd be able to get an attack advantage. Okay, so we didn't get any of those cards. This is an easy red card though. And there's no point putting in Dark Pendant right now, although they run Guzma. I forgot. Let's just place it down because I don't want to lose my other research. And we can find a friend. And the chances are we're going to find a Sylveon. We're going to find a card that's going to like really help us. So we got the worst card because we have 2 Pokeballs still in the deck. This is literally the worst card that we could have found. They still managed to get a Greninja online. It's not much of a problem. I'm still going to be able to research, probably find Sylveons. If we can find 2 Sylveons, we're drawing 7 cards in that turn. And they made a mistake. So they placed their energy on... See, here we go. Now we can start going ham here. And even if we find the Umbreon, we're going to be able to attack for 80 damage. So we found the Umbreon. Okay, so there's the... There's no point in silvering. They only got 2 cards in their hand. There's the X-Speed. There's the Darkrai. Alright, so we are going to... We've got another choice, but we can start doing some damage and knocking out some opponents here. With this, we can place down the Darkrai. Now we can start doing 100 damage from next turn. I almost want to burn this X-Speed, but now I'm going to keep it in case they... No, they don't run Sabrina. They only... Because if I was just thinking, if they Sabrina me, I can use the X-Speed, but I should actually use it now, because if they run Mars, the chances of me picking up that X-Speed is going to be really annoying, because it's actually useless now. So, easy win. Again, this deck is just so strong. We just beat one of the best decks in the game. Well, from the last expansion. But didn't even get Crobat online. But you can see the drawing power and the way that we place it and like how the deck kind of works. Like, that was just a great example. Right, we are in the next game. And I was just saying to myself before I realized I wasn't recording, but I mean, this might actually be a mirror match. So we're going first. Okay, maybe an Eevee Box Darkness. This is what's cool about the beginning of the new expansions, is like, we don't know what decks are being created. I mean, I had my eye on this like from the beginning. I'm just gonna hope that they don't have red card or hand disruption, because next turn we are going to be able to drop the mother load. Yeah, so next turn, look at this. From next turn, if we don't get the... Yeah, so this is also... So Dark Pendant, we're going to place that, so this gives them incentive not to hit us, because otherwise they're going to lose a card from their hand. And then we're going to be able to Rare Candy into Crobat for 1 energy and be able to do 80 damage to this Eevee. 80 damage, which is insane. Next turn, even no matter what it evolves to, we're going to be able to knock it out. No matter what. So, yeah, because we're going to be able to do 80 plus another 100. We're doing 180 damage on curve. Well, now they see my hand. If they have a red card, they should play it. Silver's cool. They can see that I don't have... Yeah, they've conceded. They knew. Like, that is how scary this deck is. Like, what? That is so... It's just like... They looked at the cards and were like, oh, hell nah. Concede. Oh, man. That is hilarious. Let's play one more. This is like... This deck is so broken. Okay, guys, we are going for our 3rd game that's been recorded. As I said, I've been playing loads with this deck. It is, number 1, super fun. There is decision making that you kind of need to make, but because of the Sylveon, because of the draw power, we're able just to consistently get on Crobat, like often on turn 1, often on turn 2, because we're playing 2, you know. Okay, so this is a challenge. We are playing against an electricity deck, and I'm going to place down both because I do not want to be red carded. Alright, so I have no idea what the hell this is. It's probably, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not a meta deck. I was worried about an Oricorio deck, and I was going to have to demonstrate on how we can beat that Oricorio deck. And the trick is through Darkrai and Poison, which we coincidentally picked up. Now, the thing here is to decide on what I actually want to place an energy on. Is it the Venomous Fang? or is it the Darkrai? The one thing I do want to do is, regardless, is place the Dark Pendant. You want to do that as early as possible, and I think we go for the Venomous Fang. They both do 20 damage, but if this thing doesn't evolve, it's going to tick and do another 30 damage. Well, another 10 damage after its check-in for its next turn. So it has to evolve here. Otherwise it dies next turn. Interesting. Oh, so it's a stage 2. Okay, interesting. Okay, so it says, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. If tails, it does 40 damage to itself. Interesting. Let's see here. Wow, it does 80 damage, Well, regardless, let's just poison it. And then we're gonna have Darkrai set up by the next turn. I'm gonna push Eevee in, because I have another Eevee in my hand, which can still be used for Sylveon, and then I'm going to be able to power up Darkrai. It doesn't really matter. It is poisoned, so I'm not too worried. Oh, and it does damage to itself. Like, a bit of a silly card in my opinion. But you know, that's why you gotta love casual games. X-Speed. Interesting. So I guess the only card I'd be worried about is Sabrina. Where it would be cool now to kind of demonstrate now is pick up Silver so I can see their hand. And alright, so easy decision here. Maybe we pick up that X speed and a Crobat, and we just win. Okay. Now we just draw our entire deck. Okay, that didn't work out as planned. Doesn't matter. We have got 5 cards left. I've noticed that the Darkrai pings happen faster now. So almost 100% of the time, we're going to be able to draw... We're going to be able to draw 3 cards next turn because of our Sylveon. And the chances of it being an X speed to get us out of there is 3 out of 5 times. So that's more than, what is that? Like, I think 70% chance? Roughly around there. Okay, so they're searching, they're using Pokemon communication. I have no idea what this deck is. But they are melting because they're being poisoned and they're getting Darkrai ping. So it's like 40 damage every check-in. Like, what is happening? What are you doing, bro? Oh, okay, so they placed down a few different Pokemon. What is that, a Railu? Again, that's really, really bad card. Like, objectively, that is a bad card. Okay, so they're trying to retreat. The other card I do have in my hand is the Umbreon, which is basically a free Cyrus, right? So this is going to... I have a decision to make. Well, there's not a decision here. My decision is, do I... Do I go for... I think I do go for... It's 50-50 chance. I do go for the X speed. Because they don't have any... Oh, they do have points. Ooh, I may have made a mistake here. Well, it turns out I never get punished. But here you can see the power of the X speed. The problem is now is that they can kind of do a lot of damage to me. 120 plus 70. Yikes. And then non-EX. So I guess my move was... I don't think it was actually to power up the... I see the vision with their deck now. I see the vision with the deck because now they can just basically they can fast ramp their non-EX electric Pokemon. But yeah, they conceded because yeah, they could have done enough damage, but I would have been able to retreat out, and unless they had Cyrus, I don't think they were gonna win. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed those games. Guys, I'm going to be playing some tournaments. I'll definitely bring you some more decks, some more ranked ones. I think this is going to be the best deck in the meta. So, guys, dig into the Ho-Oh packs. Try. May the luck be with you guys, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out, man.